every couple months, a couple years, a company comes around and everybody loves them. And if you don't buy this company, you're an idiot, you're stupid, you don't know anything, and blah, 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 blah. And then lo and behold, that product turns out to be absolute trash. That's why we bought the Hodge, because we wanted to check out these Hypebeast companies and see if they lived up to the hype. Because as a Hypebeast company ourselves,
we know it takes one to know one.
It takes one to know one. If you bought our merch, you know. So let's do a little mental experiment here. I want you. We're gonna say Hypebeast company that everybody loved for 2 months, and then it turned out to be trash. In your head, just think of like 3 or 4 companies.
GBRS.
Right now.
Sorry, I wasn't supposed to.
You're supposed to say, keep it inside your head.
Inside your head.
It's inside my head.
I'm sure you have a list of a couple of them.
Okay.
So, yeah. Tonight, we're doing the Hypebeast audit.
Whoa.
Hodge edition. So why did we end up with just Hodge barrel and bolt carrier in a upper that we assembled ourselves? Because supposedly Hodge does make and sell uppers, but being a good Hypebeast company, you cannot buy one.
Smart.
Yeah.
Availability, 0.
Smart.
So we made our own. The SLR rail, the upper,
Black River Tactical.
and the Sons of Liberty gas block.
We used 2 bolt carrier groups, Psionics, and a Hodge bolt carrier.
Yeah. And
They both didn't work.
Well, we'll get into that soon. So let's jump right into
Reliability.
Why?
Hodge works good. Oh, is that steel case? Yeah, gun's done. Video over.
Reliability!
There you go, yeah, nice, you nailed it, dude.
so
Got confused.
was the Hodge reliable, Lata?
Well, you know,
Generally speaking.
no, it wasn't at all, actually.
So, we run this gun, suppressed and unsuppressed, with an H1, H2, and H3, Super 42 springs and normal springs, and we come across the same issue every single time, and it's basically, I would say, a failure to extract. Mostly with steel case, but it happens fairly often with brass as well. Often enough that you would not consider this gun to be reliable. It's basically anytime steel case would get into the chamber, it would never leave the chamber. So to the point where we would have to bang it out on the ground by putting a squib rod down the barrel and banging that steel case out.
We love banging it out.
Both the bolt carrier groups would either rip the rim off the steel case or slip off the rim of the steel case, and it would not extract.
And before you guys say, it's probably bad ammo, this is the same batch of steel case that we've been running in a variety of different rifles. There was some left over, and we were like, screw it, we'll finish it off in the Hodge. But that was not the case, because we could get through like maybe 2 or 3 rounds, and then one would be stuck in the chamber and everything would come to a crashing halt.
It makes you have to carry an extra thing on your super sick plate carrier. You pull out a rod and you tap it to get the stuck case out.
Just, yeah, muzzle punch the earth. You guys know that we like the good gassing, right? And I know that some of you are probably rushing down to the comments to be like, it's because it needs a bigger gas port. And that's not the case. The case were the steel cases stuck in the f***ing chamber, man. They didn't come out. You shoot them, it stay in there. The interesting thing was the Psionics bolt carrier, the extractor claw had enough tension that it was ripping the case rims off.
Steel case.
The Hodge one, it would rip them off sometimes, but sometimes it would just slip off. So, interesting anecdote. Neither of them were able to extract steel case out of its chamber though, so it was never perfectly reliable with brass. Every once in a while one might get stuck.
So it doesn't work on any.
Or we would have some other malfunctions that I would describe it to you as this. Here's the chamber, and here's the round, and it would go bonk, and then the bolt would just like gonk. And you might be saying, but GunThots, that must have been a magazine issue, you idiots. Well, it happened with a variety of different magazines, with the Metal GI style magazines, all sorts of P-mags, so it's kind of hard to say if that was a magazine issue or not. I'll let you decide. You can either cope and seethe, or you can accept this objective truth that GunThots is telling you.
Yep. What I'm guessing happened is the brass cases would get stuck, and the bolt carrier would lose a lot of velocity trying to extract that case, and then it would just up feeding the next round. That's what I'm guessing was happening, but if only it were more overgas to just rip that ring right off that brass case. Am I right, brother? Oh, one last shout out, the Black River Tactical. Sorry guys, but your breast cover broke, and it's just kind of funny.
Accuracy. Is the Hodge a
Sniper's weapon.
maybe?
So I shot a couple groups when I was initially sighting this in. I shot about...
Oh yeah, look at our new aim point, guys. Do you like our new aim point? Say something nice about our new aim point.
Is it
Endpoint
duty rated?
Is the true MVP of this video, to be honest.
That's
The aim point's a lot cooler than
honestly,
the
yeah,
Hodge.
the coolest
Yeah.
part of the whole gun.
Anyway, go on.
Shooting groups with this, red dot only, we were able to shoot around 1 MOA at 50 yards. Some ammo was about 1.5 MOA, so super accurate when we were initially zeroing it. But we did get a lot of reps of shoving that brass rod down the barrel to get stuck cases out, so who knows what the accuracy is now at this point. And we haven't tested it with different ammo yet. So stay tuned. The groups will be on your screen in a second here, and you will get to learn whether or not this is accurate after...
So this maybe means that presumably it's probably still fairly accurate after what we did to it, but alternately, the accuracy was severely degraded by it being a piece of
As you guys know, one of the reasons that we moan so much about gas ports is we like to shoot rifles very fast, and you can't do that
and with
if
that.
yeah, and with
Yeah.
this suppressor.
Yeah.
And you can't do that if that bolt carrier group is slamming into your shoulder at 400 miles an hour every
Well, you
time shoot.
can, but you just might miss.
Yeah, that's true actually. It actually makes bump firing pretty easy. So
It does, it's
I take back what I said. But anyway, this gun is gassed really, really well. I think it's the absolute perfect gassing. The point where it works great with M193 unsuppressed, feels great in the shoulder, extremely reliable, like 3 to 4 o'clock ejection with defensive ammo unsuppressed. Steel case, we never got a chance to test that because steel case would just not run in this gun.
Yeah.
Never
Suppressed.
saw one piece of steel fly from it.
Yeah, I only remember getting a little bit of gas stinging in my eyes, like just only one time with it, and it was kind of a fluke maybe, so,
Yeah.
you know.
Suppressed, ran awesome. A little bit of gas in the face, like you said, and not super punchy, very controllable, very easy to shoot. This is basically like, this is what most ARs should be, where it's...
Well, I mean, like,
If this worked, this would be the perfect gun. It's accurate, it's gassed well, and it just doesn't extract.
like all of the feedback that you get from the gun when you shoot it, like the feeling in your shoulders, feeling in your hand is great, other than the fact that this SLR rail, and this is not entirely, I mean, it's not really the Hodge's fault, but we're going to review this SLR rail really quick. Because holy, this thing gets so goddamn hot. It's like one magazine, and this thing is like AK levels of burning hot. And like it's a pretty good looking rail in my opinion. And their mounting system is fairly sturdy, and it's lightweight, but it's awful because it just scorches you unless you have a glove.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, I didn't like that about that. But like, otherwise, like the feels when it worked were pretty good.
Yeah, it felt a lot like, I mean, it's not
Felt like
like
an AR-15.
It really did feel like an AR-15.
Yeah.
It's not like this barrel magically tames everything. There's still a recoil impulse. You're gonna see that dot move. It's up to you to learn where that is and how to time it. And realistically, I don't know that if someone handed me 3 different guns that were similar, that I would really be able to tell if I only had one chance to run each of them.
You must pick the Hodge out of the lineup.
Or else you are poor!
That is a good point though. It's not a magic bullet. It's gassed well, but there's a lot of other companies that gas their guns like this, and
And
not a lot.
the barrel doesn't cost $400.
Yeah, the barrel doesn't cost $400 on the other ones.
$425.
Remember, guys, the things that you own are a reflection of you.
Yeah,
Right.
they are your identity.
Yep.
You must defend your purchases in the comments below, because when we insult something that you purchased, that is us personally insulting you as a human being.
We don't
and
like
demeaning
you.
Yeah.
Right.
You
So,
specifically.
when we say that this Hodge barrel didn't work, if you own a Hodge barrel, them's fighting words, and you need to get in those comments and start saying things back.
I know we've probably covered it a bunch already, but as it stands for $425, I don't think that this is worth the money that you pay for it. There is not a substantial increase in performance, and it's just you're just hemorrhaging money that you don't need to when you could absolutely get something that one works and is cheaper, so you could offset it with more ammo
Why are
spending.
you covering your mouth? Yeah, honestly, even if this gun worked, I don't think it would be worth it. Like, the AR is such a simple platform. The barrel needs to do 2 things, right? It needs to freaking make the bullet go out of the end of the barrel, and it needs to
Clean the
send the
kitchen.
gas back under the other thing, right? This one doesn't do the third thing it's supposed to do, which is extract cases. Here's what I will say though: Hypebeast companies, do not trust them. If you see brands popping up on Instagram, and all of a sudden you've never heard of them before, and they're just
GunThots.
all over your Instagram, everybody's like, "Oh, buy a CGS suppressor," out of nowhere. Maybe be a little bit skeptical about that before you
GunThots.
purchase that.
Yeah, you guys might be asking, why didn't we go down the Hodge customer service avenue right now? And I mean, quite frankly, it wasn't worth our time. I mean, there's so many good companies out there making good quality barrels that don't cost $425 that, I mean, honestly, like, what is the point of trying to make this work? Sure, it's like pretty accurate, but like,
It doesn't
truly,
matter
what is
how
the point?
accurate it is if it won't work reliably.
Yeah, if it doesn't work, just toss it and get something that does. Final thoughts, done.
Oh, we have a Patreon too. If we get 2 more
What's-
subscribers, we'll start
Posting his nipples.
Yeah.
We're gonna turn it into a nude.
We're gonna post a picture of his turd.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna want to see that one. Have you ever seen an Asian guy's turd?
Let me talk about the Patreon. Are you a little pay piggy? You like to give? Are you a little pay piggy? Do you want to give us money for nothing in return? You dirty. What do the girls say? You idiot.
Daddy.
You stupid moron. Give us money.
You stupid
You
moron.
stupid idiot. Anyway,
Oh, yeah.
Back Industries and Patreon.
Wait a
and
minute.
Merch too, maybe.
Yeah, there's still like a little bit of lingering merch in stock because we didn't announce it with the video. We announced it on Instagram, and so the raging masses did not get their hands on all of it yet. And then we have Slate Black Industries. We don't have any Slate Black Industries stuff on here
Because we would never defile Slate Black Industries
because
like that.
yeah, Henry just didn't send us our free Slate Black shit in time.
Thanks, Henry.
So, but like if he did, we would have put it on here, and it would have probably made this better because our hands would have gotten less burnt.
And it might have run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it probably would have
Probably
extracted.
would have fixed it, but yeah, like if you've got an M-lock rail and your M-lock rail's all naked like this one, and you don't want your M-lock rail to be naked and afraid, you want it to just be afraid.
Naked. Oh.
And then you could go to slateblackindustries.com and use code THOUGHTS for some amount off at checkout, but like quite frankly. I don't remember how much the discount was, so you guys are gonna have to go buy something and figure out what it is.
And let us know in the comments.
No,
Yeah.
I don't really care what it is, so like,
No, let us know.
don't tell us, but like,
Tell us.
do go buy something and then like.
Mostly just to support 9-hole reviews are cool.
Yeah, Hodge.
Wow, that wedge lock worked good.
Got him.
Idiot, got him. He's actually the idiot because that felt good.
Not feed correctly, it would just kind of, here's your chamber, and it would go.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that
That's
was
chill.
sick.
I like that.
I like that malfunction too. It's a cool malfunction.
The case will get stuck in the chamber without fail. The
Yeah.
Psionics and sometimes the Hodge bulk carrier group would just rip the rim right off. Sometimes it would slip off, mostly with the Hodge. And the case
Stop
would be.
fucking burping mid-sentence, you fuck. How do you think that's gonna sound?
I should burp out loud, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Get all the burps out and then talk. You can't just be like 2 words. Who the fuck do you think you are? Do you think you're like Rick and
Baby.
Morty, you dumb bitch? What are you doing? Even if it worked good. Take us away. Sing us a song. Sing us an outro song right now.
I don't know what to sing.
Sing us an outro song and we'll roll the post roll with like the watch more gun thoughts and like some clips over it.
What kind of song do you guys want to hear?
All the small things, true care, true brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, best trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting for this heart to stop working. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Na 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 na.
Alright, that's good enough.